This video will go through 10 ways you can get Grand Champion in Rocket League. If someone like me can do it, then so can you. Let's get into it. Adapt to your teammates. Whether you're playing 2s or 3s, you need to adapt with them every game, unless you have friends and aren't solo queuing. Pay attention to their strengths and weaknesses in the initial part of a game. Maybe they're an amazing defender who can get those hard to read clears, or are a tactical player ready to give off a pass at the right time. If you want to get Grand Champion, you need to build around your teammate, just like they need to when they're matched up with you. It's a great balancing act when solo queuing. This may sound weird, but try to commentate on your own game, like when you expect your teammate to hit the ball, when they rotate back, or if they appear ready for a pass. Now this is all easier said than done, but use the first 15 to 30 seconds of each game to determine how best you can complement your teammates to take the win. It may not always click every game, but in short, decide if you either need to play a bit more defensively or take the aggressive side on offense. Use free play with a purpose. Yeah, air dribbles and flip resets are cool and all, but they certainly aren't essential to hitting Grand Champion. Use free play before you get into a ranked session with a purpose. It might be to nail down the wave dashes, those fiddly half flips when retreating back to defense, or back to basics with fast aerials, rather than hitting the ball randomly when you select free play. Make a small and interesting little training session for yourself. Write it down so you remember what you're doing and set a timer for 15 to 30 minutes, or longer if you wish. An example could be 5 minutes of air rolling without touching the ground, 5 minutes of wave dashes, 5 minutes of bounce dribbles, and a final 5 minutes of power slide practice with the ball. By using free play with a purpose, you hone in on those important mechanics you need to perform consistently. I'm not saying to avoid all the flashy mechanics like flip resets and ceiling shots. Those are important too, but it shouldn't be the sole component of your free play training. Analyze your replays. You may have heard it in all these kinds of videos, but it is true. No one knows you better than yourself. So watching your own replays shows you where exactly you need to improve on in your own game. As I will mention soon, those who have reached the Grand Champion level have put the time into the game. For many, that's come from watching their own replays. Set an hour aside to focus on a replay analysis, preferably a loss so you can see what went wrong during the game and put the focus on yourself. Were you pushed up too close to the play? Gave away possession too easily? Or are you being beaten to every aerial you go for? Check it from your point of view, but also from your teammates and your opponent's point of view too. It's almost like stepping inside their mind to see exactly how they were processing the game. Maybe they're tapping their brake just slightly in order to draw you in closer to the play, before an easy clear over your car. Every single small decision you make affects the outcome of the game. A missed boost is going to impact the next play and potentially lead to another goal if the opponents are boost starving you. Focus on core mechanics. I'm team game sense over mechanics every day of the week. But as you climb up the ranks, mechanics become an important part to securing those wins against even harder opponents. Focus on fast aerials, using power slide effectively even when recovering, trapping or catching the ball to set up a play, and finally, becoming comfortable on the walls, both during offense and defense. As you analyze your replays, where you are making mistakes or where goals are being conceded is a great place to look at for a start. A big one for myself, after finally choosing to watch my own replays, was my inconsistency with fast aerialing and doing so at the worst times possible. Oh yeah, overcommitting is another one too, but I still have troubles with that to this day. Sorry teammates. Watch Pro Rocket League gameplay. What better way to learn than from the best? There is a ton of Pro Rocket League content that you can watch on Twitch and YouTube that will leave your mind blown. I myself enjoy watching pro gameplay on YouTube and hearing the pro players talk about their thought processes during the game and how to approach different situations. This is the golden stuff right here. No, not their alpha boosts. Take notes of what is effective and watch closely on how they're able to sneak goals against equally talented players. It's why they're often so low scoring, because they're all so good. If you can, tune into their streams and ask questions too. You may be lucky to get an answer from one of them. Use custom trainings with a twist. Custom training was a big feature when it came to Rocket League, and arguably it's just as important today. I'm purposely leaving Bacchus Mod out of this video, so this guide is console friendly too. For many of them, they're labeled the ultimate warm-ups, power clears, defense, you name it. Instead of doing the pack the way it was built, mix it up. For example, if you chose an aerial training pack, add in the challenge of making every shot a double tap, when it's possible to do so. This trains you to see other potential opportunities in a situation and to practice them. I found that turning my aerial custom training sessions into double tap training sessions improved both my aerial skills and double tap skills at the same time. Win-win. Try 1v1s. It's funny because to this day I still avoid ones, but they are amazingly insightful to both the player you are and what you need to change to become a better one. All I suggest is to queue 3 competitive ones games. That's like 30 minutes of pure hell or so. But I can guarantee you will witness some aspects of your game that really need improvement. End of story. Go get them, soldier. Focus on factors outside of the game. Now, I'm not a life coach by any means, but there are some factors outside of your games that may be affecting your rank too. That include sleep, proper diet, and exercise. But one to focus on in particular is sleep. We as humans need it, so it's probably best to not play if you're only running on 5 hours or so. Unless you're superhuman, of course, then go for it. As an adult, I find I need a little shot of caffeine to get me right into a ranked session. But if you're a young spring chicken, please don't overdo it on the caffeine side too. Put in the time. I can guarantee you this is the biggest reason why some people never achieve the rank of Grand Champion. Rocket League is a game that you need to dedicate the time to. As a full-time worker, having less than 10 hours of gameplay in the past fortnight has a severe impact on how I play. So if you're keen to be a Grand Champion, put in that time. Have fun. Your rank does not matter. At the end of the day, if you're not having fun in Rocket League, then it's probably best you hop off. Ain't no one hitting GC without having fun. But seriously, it's a game, and that's how you should view it. Enjoy those hard-earned wins and laugh off those little mistakes. Take it one game at a time. Peace out and enjoy your time out on the field.